picked Selfie.
Well, I would have picked Selfie if you didn't pick Selfie. Let's just put it that way. Anyway,
We could have talked about one
but you
show.
know what's really interesting? No, usually we always.
I know, but I'm just saying we could have talked about.
Oh, I didn't know that was on the table.
Anyways.
Well, anyway.
See, my thing with selfies, I really adore it. I have to close my eyes with the vomit because I don't do well with vomit. I know Emily Kapnick loves her vomit.
No, but like that's just one little piece.
No. But I will say that I can imagine some people might get a little bit ishy.
Yes, but I think we need to say that it's just one little piece.
One iota
so
of
don't let it turn you off.
Please don't let it turn you off. I found it charming, and it's I would imagine in this day and age we all know those people who are just so obsessed about everything social media. Sometimes to an unhealthy degree. And so it was I really liked their take on like what it kind of, the social media obsessions of likes and Instagram and Tumblr and Facebook and I don't know, is it Twitter and Pinterest and all of that stuff. It can consume your life to the point where you're not really living a life, and getting validation from strangers can be so much more important than actually connecting with the person next to you. So I kind of liked seeing, I did like seeing what it did to Eliza and seeing this creature this woman who could only exist in 2014 at this point. She could not have been a passable character in, say, 1986.
See, but that's what I found interesting was like social media, it makes the show now.
Yeah.
But I could totally see, like, that person has existed for centuries.
Self-obsessed, but not the social media.
But that's what I was going to say, like, that personality we've seen a million times, but social media makes her now and interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Karen and John have really great chemistry together, and we both have loved Emily Kapnick's writing, and I still miss Suburgatory, but I love that this show has a similar kind of charm and heart, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. And this is a year where there are really only, for the fall, I think there are only 2, maybe 2.5 comedies that I actually like. So,
I like
2
the
and
half.
3/4.
What? I don't even...
Because there are a couple that but no, last year there were so many intended fall comedies that I loved. Like, I loved The Goldbergs, I loved The Crazy Ones, I loved Enlisted, which was supposed to be a fall comedy, but then got pushed. I loved, Crazy Ones? What was Goldbergs, Enlisted? Brooklyn Nine-Nine. There were a bunch that I genuinely liked, and this year there's so many terrible, terrible, terrible comedies, and it's nice to have one that I laughed at this one. It made me happy. The cast, it's so socially relevant to what many of us are dealing with now, and the balance of social media life versus real life. And I really hope they bring some singing into the mix at some point, so it can officially be a My Fair Lady thing versus just that way it's easier to say it's My Fair Lady versus the non-musical version.
No, I mean, that's the thing, like, you know, I obviously love what Emily does with her commentary on various things, whether it's Suburbia and Suburgatory or now social media and Selfie. But I kind of, like, if the social media wasn't there, I would still want to watch the show. And, like, that to me is kind of why I feel like it sets it apart in a weird way. There are a lot of romantic comedies coming this fall. This one, like, it's hard to sell shows that don't have big concepts, and I feel like this one, that gets you in. That's your hook. It's this big concept. Visually, it's very interesting. It's stylized where you see all the things on the screen. But like, if you strip that all away, you have a really interesting story about this woman who has like built up an image for herself, and a lot of people could really easily dislike her because of the persona she wears. But I think that like the pilot does such a great job of making her vulnerable that like you kind of say, hey, we're not. All those stories that come out about like how Facebook, everyone puts the like best things about their lives on Facebook, and so if you're sitting at home and you're looking at that, you're comparing your life and you're going, well, my stuff doesn't seem so exciting, like it becomes this weird competition, and it makes people feel bad about themselves. And you basically have this woman who has done that, but this pilot strips her down, and she's not making anyone else jealous. She realizes like at the end of it, her life isn't really what it should be or what she wants it to be or what it needs to be. And like that to me is such an interesting commentary too. And where they'll take that character is probably what most excites me. But I have to say that her accent is dead on.
Okay, I thought you were saying, I got some.
No, that is like so quintessential that personality type.
Yes.
Like, don't even say American.
No.
Just like that person. That
I've heard some complaints about it, and I was like, you're gonna complain about it, I'm gonna hate you.
No, oh my god, I love it so much. Because it's so much. I walk around quoting her, "Don't be jelly, Linda," all the time. My dog is so confused. He's like, "Who's Linda? My name isn't Linda." It's so great. I love it. So I would have picked Selfie, but you had picked it first, and so I was like, I could talk about another one. Anyway, we both really like Selfie the most, you guys. Check that out, ABC.
Tuesdays, 8 o'clock.
So that was ABC's fall preview. Up next, we're going to do CBS. So come back for that. I'm Danielle at Danielle TBD.
I'm Marisa at Marisa Rothman.
Bye.